Hi, folks. Hope you're okay. I'm just making a quick video asking the question, and I really mean this. Is Jayda Fransen paid by the Muslim Brotherhood? Um, I want you to watch this, and I'm gonna make a comment on it. She's having a rant against Tommy Robinson going to Israel. So because of his trip to Israel, she says this. So we'll just hear what she says.
Russian said there's a special place in hell for the UK for turning their back on the Russian people. Or if an Indian said there's a special place in hell for the UK for not supporting India. Or would you allow an African to sit in front of you and tell you that there's a special place in hell for you for not supporting Africa? That place in the Middle East that calls itself Israel is no different to any other country. And contrary to what Tommy might tell you, they have never been our ally. These people hanged 2 British sergeants from trees, and they planted a bomb to booby trap the bodies so that when a British army captain tried to cut them down, it exploded in his face. These people bombed the British Army headquarters in the King David Hotel and killed over 90 people. These people armed Argentina during the Falklands War, and 255 British servicemen were killed. And Zionist Jewish militant groups, in just 3 years, killed 785 British personnel. Not even the IRA killed that many of our men, and they fought us for 30 years. I'm not saying it's a competition, but if it were, Israel would win hands down. And as that Jewish man pointed out, it was the UK that created their nation in 1948, but he thinks we owe them an eternity of support, despite what they've done to us and to our allies. If you don't know about the USS Liberty, look it up. I'm not even surprised by what he said because I know my nation's history. I know what these people think of us. I know what they've done to us. But what I'm sickened by is Tommy Robinson's response or lack thereof. This man that hails himself a great British patriot said nothing as a foreigner told him there's a special place in hell for the UK for turning our backs on the Jewish people. I would have told him in no uncertain terms that the UK is under no obligation to support any foreign nation, and how dare he say we have a special place in hell. But instead, Tommy grovelled. No, sir, it's the British establishment. It's not the British people. We love Israel. I promise. Please don't condemn us to hell. It's as pathetic as it is false. Because Tommy Robinson does not speak for the British people. We don't all love Israel, nor are we under any obligation to do so. And that goes for British citizens, our nation as a whole, including the establishment, whom I'm no friend of. But even if you are a Brit that supports Israel, do you actually believe that people in your family, your friends, your colleagues, your fellow countrymen deserve to burn in hell for eternity if we don't support Israel? See, Tommy had an opportunity here to defend his nation, but instead he agreed with him and nodded and then grovelled.
And then they turned on us.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
They turned on us, man. And therefore they have a special place in hell.
And it reminded me actually of last year when Tommy mocked the 3 British veterans that were killed whilst they were trying to deliver aid to starving Palestinians. And that includes Christians and little children. Those veterans didn't join Hamas. They didn't go out to fight the IDF. They weren't mercenaries. These were men that served our country. And then, like so many ex-servicemen, they went on to provide security for organizations that go into war-torn places and deliver aid to innocent people that are just caught in the middle of war. Just like our grandparents or parents were caught in the middle of World War II. But it seems...
Okay, that's enough. A couple of things I want to say. First of all, Jayda Fransen threw Britain First under the bus. She threw the Patriot movement under the bus. And she did it, I think, allegedly. I'll put allegedly just in case. For financial gain. So she hasn't got any integrity to be going around criticizing people when allegedly I mean, allegedly, meaning, well, you know what I mean. I can't say it just in case. But allegedly, she took financial gain from certain people, certain group, and she threw Britain First. She threw Paul Golding. She threw the Patriot Movement under a bus, and now she's coming along. And she has the temerity to attack Tommy Robinson. I think she's a hypocrite. That's number one, complete hypocrite. And she's got no integrity whatsoever. That's the first thing I want to say. She's got no room for attacking Tommy Robinson. She's got no room coming on YouTube saying what she's saying when she is not a person who has shown any loyalty. There's no loyalty there. She don't care about anybody but herself. Second thing is, I noticed everything she said was well crafted. Right. Who was helping her to craft it? Who was helping us to craft those succinct attacking points? I don't think it was just her. I think somebody or some group helped her with those points. So who's she working with? Who's she working for? Which we'll get onto in a minute. Thirdly, some of those things, what she said might be true about Israel, but you got to understand about the Jewish people. We can't deny that the Jewish people have been systematically genocide on a number of occasions. They were genocide during the Second World War. There were genocide in Russia. There were pogroms in Russia. There were pogroms of Jewish people in Poland during the Second World War. There were pogroms of Jewish people in Hungary. You've got to understand, these people have been systematically displaced, abused for centuries, right? So all this history about what the Zionists did attacking Britain during 1940, 45, 46, 47, whatever, the Jewish people have just gone through mass murder. They've been absolutely pillaged, raped, murdered, genocide all over Europe and all over the world. So that aside, we're in the present time, right? And what she is not really being fair is that Tommy's visit to Israel was very educational. He did objective journalism. He interviewed people of different viewpoints. And you got a really good education about how things were going on in Israel. So her diatribe attacking Tommy Robinson is completely 100% not justified. And I think her diatribe is politically driven. And where is it politically driven? She's got a Bible at her side. But what politics was driving that diatribe attacking Tommy Robinson? So I watched a number of videos of Tommy Robinson in Israel, and I found them very, very educational. He interviewed a variety of people, and it was very educational. One of the things that came out in that interview is that Israel is surrounded by Islamic countries that want to destroy Israel. And Tommy sees it on a larger playing field. He sees the situation on a bigger playing field. He sees that Israel is having a battle with the Islamicists, which surround Israel in all these Muslim countries. And he sees that this battle is also going on in Europe, where the Islamicists want to take over. And it's that bigger picture that Jayda Fransen has missed. It's that bigger picture that she doesn't reflect on, doesn't really understand, she can't really see. And I asked this question, who is financing Jayda Fransen? Is it the Muslim Brotherhood? Because everything she was saying, it was just point by point what they would want her to say. Why has she come back on YouTube? I would say it's probably because there's a cow to milk. There's money to be made in her coming back and attacking Tommy Robinson. And attacking Tommy Robinson for her gives her a bit of extra fame, gives her an extra fame. A lot of people will go on her side. A lot of the woke people, a lot of the to the river to the sea people, a lot of far left people, they'll all go on her side, and it'll be a nice cow to milk. She'll get extra money for that, and she'll definitely get support if she isn't being supported by the Muslim Brotherhood. Plenty of people will line up to finance her. Even the government will finance her for attacking Tommy Robinson. So in short, the past is the past, and it's not all what she's saying. The Jewish people went through a very difficult time during the Second World War and after the war. We're in a situation now where Europe is under threat by Islamicists, and our European leaders, elites, are oblivious to that threat. Israel is battling for her life with Islamicists surrounding her. And, October the 7th was a turning point for the history of the Jews. It was one of the major pogroms that happened to the Jewish people. So I would encourage people to go and watch Tommy Robinson's time in Israel. Whatever you think of Tommy Robinson, put that aside and go and watch his trip to Israel, because it was very, very educational. And anybody who attacks Tommy Robinson for his visit to Israel, to me, lacks any real intellectual credibility, because Tommy interviewed people, and he interviewed a wide variety of people from different perspectives, not just one perspective. And he actually wanted to stay longer and do more interviews and interview other people from a different perspective, but he interviewed people from different perspectives. And he did objective journalism. And in his objective journalism, he did come to some certain conclusions himself. So before you jump on the bandwagon attacking Tommy Robinson, go and listen and watch the videos in Israel, because I tell you something, I found them a real blessing and really educational. And I learned a lot about what's happening in Israel and the surrounding area from those interviews. And this kind of rhetoric that Jayda Fransen has just produced, it's not intellectually engaging, because she's got some kind of point that she wants to get across. She's trying to get some fame. She's trying to get a cow to milk. She's trying to further her own career, and she doesn't have any integrity. And I'll just say, go and listen to those videos of Tommy Robinson in Israel, and you're going to be truly educated, because I was. All right. Why did I do this video? Because I can't stand Jayda Fransen ranting against Tommy, because I just don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair at all. We as a country need to realize that the importance of Israel, and we need to realize that there is massive, 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 history is repeating itself. There is massive anti-Semitism in Britain now, and there's massive anti-Semitism rising around the world. And we need to realize that. And so our government I'm sorry to say it, but I think Jayda Fransen is talking absolute nonsense. Our government, while Hamas was still fighting Israel, said that they will recognize the state, the Palestinian state. Thus, what they did there was reward Hamas for the terrorism. That is one of the most disgraceful statements the British government has ever made. So, and then finally, it is important to have allies. We do owe our allies support, and Israel is an ally. Just to put that on the table as well. So there we are. The past is the past. We're in the present now. We have certain battles to fight. Jayda Fransen, I think, just wants the cow to milk. I think Paul Golding is a great man. I think Tommy Roberts is a great man, and I stand with them. Stand with UKIP. I stand with Advance UK. I stand with the Patriots. They're not perfect. They need a grounding in proper biblical Christianity. But I certainly don't stand with Jayda Fransen. I think she's an absolute disgrace. What she did to Paul Golding, what she did to Britain First, what she did to the Patriot movement, how she threw them all under a bus to save her own neck. And she got allegedly got money for doing it as well. And yeah, so get back in your box. Get back in your box, Jayda, and leave Tommy alone. All right, Gareth, God bless you, brother, and take care. Just my little peep there on that issue. Take care, and God bless.